sorts of things, whelks and so on, but I like Queenies.
Yeah.
Do you do them with smoky bacon?
Yeah, can do, yeah.
Yeah. Please.
Right, well folks, we're at the infamous fish bar on Peel Harbour on the lovely Isle of Man, and I'm with my good friend John Dogg, former Bard of Man at Anthony's Fish Stall, and you may have heard us just refer to Queenies, so I don't know whether perhaps John could tell us what Queenies are.
Well, Queenies are Queen Scallop. You get Queen and King Scallop. One has got a hump, hasn't it? 2 humps. Well, one has got 2 humps like that, and one has got a flat and a hump. I think.
Yeah.
I think the Queenie's got a flat and a hump,
No.
and the other way.
Other way, Queen's
Yeah.
down.
So which is the King has got the flat.
Yeah.
King Scallop has got a flat bottom and a hump on the top, and a Queen Scallop has got 2 humps. So the King tends to be bigger, doesn't it?
No bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Queenies are smaller, aren't they? They're much more sweet. Let's get a quick look in here. Yeah. So I was in Canada last year, and they make a big thing of their scallops in Digby, Nova Scotia. But I think we might have the edge on them here. But interestingly, both the Isle of Man and Nova Scotia have some of the biggest tidal differences in the world. So I don't know whether that might feed the scallops and give them the nutrients to be good. Possibly.
What's that you're putting in?
Olive oil.
Olive oil, all right. Yeah.
So as I say, we're here on Peel Harbour, Peel Castle. A few fishing boats in.
Burger on it, yeah. We'll put butter on as well.
There's a margarine.
Right, we're filming again now. So we were just discussing there's no point having a bath, a bread bun, unless it's got butter on it.
Well,
And Manx butter at that, I would
yeah,
hope. Yeah.
proper stuff.
Proper stuff.
Fed on Manx grass. Have you got
So-
a brother wheel? You've never heard that before, no? There's Barrows up at Foxtel, are any relate?
Yeah, that's us. Yeah.
Is it? Aye.
Father Tim.
All right, yeah, that Tim, yeah, that bloody character. Is he still with us?
No, he's gone.
All right.
That's Moses.
So crack on, John.
Right.
For mine. I'm having a Manx kipper again. The best come from the Isle of Man. They're smoked herrings. Smoked, not only a hop, skip and a jump away from here, down the harbour. I'll perhaps go and get a couple of photos later.
I'm having a Queenie.
Well, what's the verdict, John?
Spot
You up
on.
to scratch, yeah.
Spot on.
Fresh as well. He's a red.
Yeah.
I gave Anthony a CD of Mike and Alan myself the other
All
day.
right.
It went down
Yeah.
well.
It was on last night till 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm the pride of Portlamore. I can heap a pile of fire. I can find the gentle worm in the sand. And I'm off to all that's tricky in the sailing of a Nicky until there's not me equal in the land. I'm an able-bodied seaman and a trawl, and I'm a demon outside the 12-mile limit, understand. 'Cause I'm up both late and early, catching the congas long and curly until there's not me equal in the land. In the land, in the land, in the land, in the land. After every mortal thing I'm in demand. 'Cause I'm up both late and early, catching the congas long and curly, and until there's not me equal in the land.
Well, we recorded that open air concert in Switzerland, and Mike Williams normally really, ramps up the Manx dialect, but he couldn't do it because we were playing in Switzerland.
Yeah,
But,
the other good stuff.
yeah. But the one there he does from Peter Sarsted about where do you go to my lovely, normally say, look into my eyes, Annie Cackin. I remember the back streets of Peel.
Yeah. Then he talked about
I'm
Talked
forgetting my kippers.
We talked about good words, Manx words like anorak and radiator.
The Battle of Sandbots, 1098, north against the south, and like the Vikings against the Manx. And the Vikings say they won, and the Manx say they won. But the Manx women actually won the battle when all the men were dead.
Well, the North, the story as I know it, the North were losing, and all the women were up on the brew watching, looking down, watching. Anyway, the North were struggling, so the North women ran down to give a hand, and the North managed to overwhelm the South with the women's help. That's the story as I've heard it. Now I'm not saying I'm right or not, but
It's really a story, isn't it?
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I think the great thing is the Isle of Man has many firsts for women. We had the first vote for women, of course,
Yeah.
didn't we?
And it has been said that's why women have always been considered higher in stature in the Isle of Man than anywhere else, simply because this story has gone down the line, and the women
Yeah.
have always been thought of as being, useful rather than just making your tea.
Well, that's it. Yeah, you heard it here, folks, and all you women out there, make sure you come and visit the Isle of Man, because we were the leaders in women's rights. You don't need to look.
They're up there. They're called giant's fingers. Fowler's giant. I can't remember what anyway, the giant's fingers, and they're a fishing mark. And when you're out at sea, you can use various marks to determine where you are in relation to the land. And if you've got a line on the giant's fingers, and then something by the coast, and then Corran's Tower, and say the castle, and all these things you triangulate, you're sort of in the similar position that you had some good fishing before. So it's that was why they were used. They were
So it's a sort of original Manx GPS.
Yes, yeah, you could say that, yeah. Nowadays, obviously, they press buttons on the boat, but that would be a way of lining up.
Yeah.
And they might be able to say, if we follow a line between the giant's fingers and such out to sea, there's always good fishing along that line,
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
And it would stand out. They've recently they had got overgrown with gorse and so on. They were a job to see, but they've recently been up there and cleared all the gorse and all away, and it's now stands out. You can see it for miles. And obviously the other way, you've got the castle, and you've got Corran's Tower up on the top of the hill. Not Corran's Folly, by the way, Corran's Tower. And again, you can use Corran's Tower and/or something else, say the castle or something else, to give yourself a line to work to.
That's brilliant. This stretch of road that we're on at the minute, this used to be one of my late wife's favourite drives, and we're travelling up the west coast of the Isle of Man, just over the water from Northern Ireland and the mountains of Mourne, and this goes a little while longer. One of the best views. This is our version of the Wild Atlantic Way, or the Scottish North Coast 500, or in Nova Scotia the Cabot Trail, I think they call it. Just over the hill we'll see a nice bit of coastal view.
There's interesting names. We've just gone through Ballabooey,
Yeah.
and Balla is farm or home or place, and Bui is yellow, so it's yellow place. And in another mile or so, we'll go around what's called the Devil's Elbow.
Yeah.
It's a really sharp hairpin corner, and it's called the Devil's Elbow.
I think there's been a few young guys in souped-up cars ended up down in the gorge there.
If you're not careful, it's a sharp corner going into a sharp corner roundabout, and then a sharp corner going out of it. So it's been a place where lots of people have come to grief.
Well, I do believe we're coming up to it just now.
It's given us a sign there, reduce speed now. signs to let people know, but they still end up down in the valley.
Yeah, these are the new ones. I mean, yeah, well, you can see where the car's gone through there,
Yeah,
can't you?
yeah. This is the actual Devil's Elbow.
Yeah, I park my camper van in there sometimes, so I just want to chill out.
Yeah. And then you come up to the top, and so it's just I think there's a fishing boat out there. Lots of
There
gulls
is,
round
yeah.
about. Must be good.
Don't know whether we can see him on the phone. Switch the other window. But yeah, when the weather's good, you can see the mountains of Mourne in Northern Ireland over there. Looks like you could just get in and swim over to them.
Yeah. You can see Michael down the coast in the very far distance. You can see Jerby Church.
Yeah.
Very far distance, and round you can see where the buildings are. You can see Kirkmichael, Tower of Kirkmichael Church.
Oh yeah, you can. And of course, the old steam railway used to come this way. It's been the
We've
tracks
just gone
have been-
over a bridge.
Yeah. It's a shame it doesn't work, but it still runs on the southern section down to the south of the island, but this section's been ripped up a long time ago.
Lockton sheep in the field there.
Oh wow. Oh, that would be a subject for another video. Lockton sheep with 4 horns.
Yeah.
Another best for the Isle of Man. If you haven't tasted Lockton sheep, you're missing something.
I was going to do it in ragtime to start with.